Welcome back to Quadrophenia. Sorry, trading the market. In today's video, we're going greyhound racing. I'm going to show you how to increase your chances of picking winners and finding dogs that consistently finish in the top two and looking at dogs that we can potentially lay against. If all that sounds like it gives you a bone, then stick around because there are also some live trades and races that I'm going to show on top of all of that. For those who already purchased Sports-IQ Pro, this will look familiar, but for those looking at Greyhounds and Sports-IQ for the first time today, well, let's just say you're in for a dog treat. So first off, how do we pick dogs to back or lay? For those of you who have already been following along on our new Twitch stream, the link is in the description, you will already have a better understanding how to pick dogs to win and dogs to lay in greyhound racing. For Sports-IQ Pro members, you will already have access to many powerful tools, but in this video in particular, we're going to focus on the Scatterraphs. For viewers seeing this for the first time, you're going to be like, what the hell are you showing me here, James? Look at all these dots. Random as hell. Well, let me tell you, these dots are not random. Each individual dot represents where a dog finished in relation to its sectional time and its calculated time. The x-axis on the left represents the sectional time and the y-axis along the bottom represents the calculated time. The sectional time is the time it takes for a greyhound to run from the starting traps to a specific point on the track, and this is from the starting traps to the winning line first time around the circuit. The calculated time is the greyhound's overall race time adjusted for track conditions, providing a fair comparison between races held under different surface conditions. As you can see on the y-axis, the dog's fastest time is 29.61 seconds and the dog's slowest time is 31.3 seconds. And along the left on the x-axis, the dog's fastest sectional time is 4.3 seconds and the dog's slowest time is 4.62 seconds. Depending on where the dog finishes in each of its last 10 races, this will place a marker on the graph, and from this we can then build a picture of who is going to win and who is going to lose. So how do we pick winners and how do we pick losers, I hear you ask? Well, this is quite simple. As you can see on the graph, we have a cross section along the middle with vertical and horizontal lines. This splits the graph into 4 quadrants. And these quadrants are very important in helping us pick winning dogs and losing dogs. So let's start with the bottom left quadrant. Dogs that are placed in the bottom left quadrant are usually the fastest dogs. And why is this? So as we can see from the calculated time at the bottom, dogs that finish further to the left are on average the fastest dogs around the track, and dogs that finish closer to the bottom in relation to the y-axis, the sectional time, are usually the fastest over 80 meters or 100 meters. So in the bottom left quadrant, we're looking at dogs that trap really well and finish really well over the whole circuit. Dogs that appear in the top left hand quadrant, these dogs have a slower sectional time but have a really fast calculated time. So these are the type of dogs that will trap slowly but finish the race really well. Now looking at the top right hand quadrant, these are the dogs that we need to be paying attention to for laying. So in the top right hand quadrant, we have dogs that are really slow on sectional, so they don't trap very well, and they're really slow on their calculated time, so these are the slowest dogs. And finally, the bottom right quadrant, these dogs have a really fast sectional time, so they can trap really well, but they have a very bad calculated time, so they can finish the race very badly. So they can trap fast and finish last. So to pick dogs that will consistently win or place and come in the top two, we need to be looking at the bottom left hand quadrant. Clusters for the same dog show that the dog is consistently fast in sectional time and calculated time, meaning they can trap fast and finish really well. And the opposite is true of the top right hand quadrant. These are the dogs that trap really badly and finish the race really badly, and these are the type of dogs that we will be looking to lay. So if you move your cursor over the dogs at the bottom and we hover over trap 1, you can see that most of the cluster is set between the top right hand quadrant and the bottom right hand quadrant. So dog 1 doesn't trap really well and its calculated time is terrible. So dog 1 would be a potential lay. So hovering over trap 2, we have 2 clusters split between 2 quadrants, one being the bottom left and one being the top right. So trap 2 looks a really inconsistent dog, and I would move on. So hovering over trap 3, this looks to be another very inconsistent dog, and hovering over trap 4, we can also see this is split between 2 different quadrants, and this looks very inconsistent. Now on to trap 5. Hovering over trap 5, we can see it has a cluster in the bottom left hand quadrant. Now this would indicate it has fast sectional time and a fast calculated time. So this is a dog to keep an eye on. So moving over to trap 6, we can see that this has an even faster sectional time and an even faster calculated time. So looking at this scatter graph, I would be looking at dog 6 or dog 5 to win or place, and I would be laying dog 1. So just to quickly recap, dogs in the bottom left hand quadrant, they start really well and they finish well, and dogs in the top left hand quadrant, they can start really slowly but also finish really well. Dogs in the top right hand quadrant, they start slowly and they finish slowly, and dogs in the bottom right hand quadrant can start really fast and finish really slowly. Now the beauty of this video is the race has already been run and I can show you the results. And as you can see, trap 6 did in fact win, and trap 3 and trap 5 came second and third, with trap 1 finishing in 5th place. So had we placed a bet for trap 6 to win or place, this would have been a winner. If we had placed trap 5 to win or place, this would have been a loser. And if we had laid trap 1 as we said, this would have been a winning lay bet. Bloody boom. Now let's look at another scatter graph. At first glance, looking at this one, you will notice most of the dogs are set to the bottom left and top left quadrants, meaning they are all pretty fast in their own right. But let's dive deeper and hover over each individual dog to see what this scatter graph tells us. So looking at dog 1, it has the slowest sectional times of all the dogs on average, but has fairly decent calculated times, meaning it can finish well. Looking at trap 2, it has a decent average sectional time as most of the dots appear in the bottom left quadrant, and its calculated time is superb compared to the other dogs, as most of the dots are closer to the left. Trap 3 seems to have the fastest sectional times overall, with a slower calculated time. So trap 3 will usually start races very well and tend to fade off towards the end. Now, dog 4 also has good sectional and calculated times, but nowhere near as quick as dog 2. And finally, trap 6 has decent sectional and terrible calculated times. So if we get rid of trap 6, 5 and 4 by clicking them at the bottom, you will see we can look at dogs individually against each other to help understand what will happen more clearly. Adding all the traps back in and looking at these scatters, I would be backing trap 2 to win or place, as it has great sectional times and by far the fastest average calculated times of all the dogs. Trap 6 will be my lay bet looking at this, so trap 2 to win and trap 6 to not. Now before we look at the results, let me quickly show you how you can filter the X and Y axis to create even more scatters to better understand which is more likely to win or lose. A personal favourite of mine, and one we have used in the Twitch streams along with the sectional filter, is using the X axis remaining as calculated along the bottom and changing the Y axis to finish. This now shows us the positions each dog came in their last 10 races along with their calculated time. Hovering over the dots will reveal the position and time. Hovering over the dogs below will highlight each dog individually, and then you can see more clearly where each dog was positioned in their last 10 races. The 1 to 6 running up the left hand side is position 1 to 6, so any dog on line 1 finished first, any dog on line 2 finished second, and so on and so forth. Another great filter to use is calculated and calculated. This then positions all the dogs in their fastest to slowest finishing times, giving an easy to see picture of a dog's average finishing time and who is more likely to finish the race first. Looking at this, trap 2 is still the favourite to win. Now instead of showing the results, I actually placed a small bet on trap 2 to win at odds of 3.2 using Smarkets, and we can watch their live feed. Now before the dogs are off, just let me remind all of our viewers that we currently have a 60-day 0% commission offer with Smarkets for any new person who signs up and deposits £10 through our affiliate link. which you can find in the video description. So if you're new to Markets, go and check that out after the video. Now on to the race. Bloody boom. Trap 2 brings it home with trap 1 and 3 finishing in second and third, and trap 6 coming in dead last, and would have been worth the lay at odds of 5.0. So there you have it. That's exactly how I use a scatter graph on Sports-IQ Greyhounds to get a serious edge in the markets. Using these graphs and taking into account the sectional times and the calculated times, we unlock a completely different layer of insights. We're not just looking at who finishes fastest, we're seeing who explodes out of the traps and maintains that pace. That bottom left quadrant, that is gold. Fast sectionals and calculated times, these are your natural leaders, pace setters that dominate early and often. And the top right quadrant, that's where dogs consistently start slowly and finish poorly. They don't make the bend in a decent position, and they've got nothing in the tank to recover. These are the ones I look to lay, the slowest, most inefficient performers. If a dog's got a history of being off the pace early and fading further late on, that's a liability, and that's where we get our value on the lay side. The graph tells the full story. Sectional, calculated, finish positions. Once you train your eyes to spot these clusters, you're no longer guessing. You're trading with intent and with data. This is how the professionals separate themselves from the casuals. We aren't just watching races, we're analysing data, identifying patterns and positioning ourselves ahead of the market. If you're serious about trading greyhounds and want to bet with a real edge, then this is where it starts. I've been James, this has been the Greyhound Quadrophenia, and we are all trading the market. So until next time, happy trading.